Alright guys, what's going on? We've got War 8 of Season 23 here, and today 4Loki is going to be facing Omni. So obviously, we have some friends in here. Legacy used to be in this alliance for a really long time. They are rated a bit lower than us as far as war rating goes, but, they still have a good defense. Lots of good, interesting placements, so let's go ahead and take a look at their map really quick. So I see Nick Fury on node 23, and I've purposely avoided that fight before, but I have a feeling I'm going to end up taking it this time. I see Korg on path 1. I could see that being Omega Red or Apocalypse, but it's a pretty standard placement, so I'm not overly concerned there. Path 5 in section 1 seems pretty easy. Magneto on heavy hitter seems like a little bit of a waste. But with it being bugged right now, I could actually see that being kind of a difficult fight. Long shot on Power Snack is pretty common. Sasquatch on Encroaching Stun, that's also pretty common. Sorcerer Supreme on EMP modification, that's pretty smart because it can't be quaked. Let's see, Dragon Man on the Power Shift, the Hazard Shift Mini, pretty common. Thor Ragnarok, great placement on Stun Reflect. And then a Mojo boss, which is pretty random. Reminds me of the old Flow Wars, but either way, let's go ahead and choose our team here, and it's going to be Omega, Sabretooth, and Quake. And I'm going to be starting off on Path 1 in Section 1. So, I've got this Korg up first. This is going to be a super sloppy fight. I was not in the right mind frame to be fighting in war probably at this moment. Got a pretty good intercept there, so that was good. So there, I accidentally triggered Dexterity, meaning that his special 1 is going to be unblockable. Still just trying to build up some spores here. I'm going to miss the Dex on the special 1. It's not a huge deal though. It's not like he has prowess or anything. I'm actually going to miss every single special 1 evade, which is pretty crazy. I am usually pretty good at it. So here I'm going to go ahead and use my special 3. I always like to use power start 1 boost with Omega, because his special 3 is kind of like an emergency parachute that you can pull at any time. Get out of the corner, get some regen. It's super versatile. Power drain, so I definitely prefer using his special 3 in war. So just gonna lock in our 10 spores. He's about to start regenning again, but the fight's over. So even missing those special 1 evades, I still finished with like 80-something% health, which is pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove Dexterity for my next fight. It's going to be a rank 3 6-star Dormamu. So the safest way to fight Dormamu without Quake is to remove Dexterity. It takes all the risk out of the fight. There's nothing that this guy can do to me as long as I'm not triggering buffs, which without Dexterity I won't be. So I'm going to start out blocking. I'm going to block at him a little bit, try to get my spores up, because every spore that Omega Red has on the opponent gives them a 10% chance to not be able to shrug any debuffs that you put on them. So, yeah, I have like 27 spores now. He can't shrug anything. This is going to be super, super quick. And yeah, it's about a 30-second fight for a rank 3 Dormamu. No big deal at all. And that fight could also be quaked. It's just that Omega can get it done a little bit faster. So this is the fight that I was really worried about. This is going to be a rank 3 6-star Nick Fury. And this has Mixmaster, Aggression Prowess, Power Focus 1. This is pretty good placement for him. And last time I was supposed to take this fight, I gave it away. So my plan going in, I did some duels. And I'm just going to fight him like Korg. So I'm just going to do medium light. I keep missing my parries though. So I'm locking in my spores, but I only have 16 right now. And you can see I'm in a full block and he throws his special 1. The AI should not be doing that. Like if you're blocking, they should not be throwing special attacks. So Same thing, medium light. Just gonna throw another special 1. I was trying to get him to come in at me so I could get a parry. I'm gonna use my special 2, get rid of his prowess. Normally I would save to a special 3, but here I just want to try to build up some spores. So here I'm hoping that he will throw a heavy attack, which he does. I can go ahead and heavy counter his heavy with my heavy. The block damage is can be pretty crazy with him having all of those prowess effects. But we've got our spores. He doesn't have any power right now. I went unblockable. Gonna do medium light. He's going to throw his special again into my block. And with him having 2 Furies and the prowess, it's just a lot of block damage. You just have to be super careful. So he's up to like 6 prowess now, but it's not a big deal. The fight's over. So that went much better than I was expecting it to. I was definitely chalking that one up to maybe like a guaranteed death, just because of the block damage, but it ended up being fine. So next up, I'm going to be on path 6 in section 2. This is Rage, and it's just going to be a Storm Pyramid X. She doesn't have a ton of health, I don't think. I could be wrong about that, but she does glance quite a bit. Doesn't seem like she's going to be triggering Rage a whole lot, though. So I'm going to be switching up my strategy a little bit, and sometimes I'm going to just do full deck, sometimes I'm going to parry. I'm a little bit out of practice with Quake. I have not been using her a ton. I use her like maybe for a couple fights in AQ. I haven't been using her for questing or anything like that, and I definitely have not been using her in war. And she's definitely the type of champion where if you don't practice with her often, you know, you're gonna, it's like use it or lose it kind of thing. So with Storm Pyramid X, I did get tagged there, but I know that both of her medium attacks, her little wand thing, it shoots off like what looks like lightning. So you can recognize the 2 mediums really easily. And then also with this Rage node, Quake's Aftershocks do not bypass, they do not bypass the Rage. So anytime that you're doing a Rage fight with Quake, it's just going to be a little bit longer. So yeah, we're just going to keep going. I'm not really at any sort of risk. I have like, I think a lesser health boost on here and a lesser attack boost, but I didn't put on a champion boost or anything like that. But yeah, that fight's over. It was like a minute and a half, so easy fight, not a big deal at all. I think that on the Rage node, it's best to put someone who can't be quaked easily. Okay, and then we've got this Tigra. This is Aggression, Prowess, Power Focus 2. I was really concerned about this fight also. I never fight Tigra. I'm not super comfortable with that fight. But yeah, so I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to do medium light to try to keep the prowess off of her, try to keep her close. Lock in my spores. My goal is to not push her to a special 2. But with the power focus 2, that is a little bit hard. So at this point, she's getting quite a few prowess. I just lock in my spores, block, and she goes down. So it was a 20-second fight, 10 hits, very, very easy. Yeah, just need to do a better job of trusting. I was telling my battle group that I'm very type A, I'm a control freak, and I just need to get better at relinquishing control to my battle group officers. So, alright, we actually ended up finishing this. Legacy took the boss, and at the end of this war, we actually finished as a battle group. Oh wait, this is the Alliance one. As a battle group, we finished with 0 deaths. We went 50-0 finally. Seems like it's coming together. Our battle group has been struggling a little bit this season, so I'm going to take a quick screenshot. Most of those deaths that they had didn't count. They just piled on the boss to try to get the global down, which makes sense. So yeah, we did end up winning this war. Wasn't super close. We finished pretty early, and it was obvious that we had won. So you know, they probably just stopped boosting as hard. But either way, felt good to beat these guys. I guess there was a little bit of like rivalry or something on Twitter. I don't know. But yeah, so anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. 8th war down, just a few more to go. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.